Tonight, a former teacher at a well-known Raleigh dance studio is facing 8 charges of indecent liberties with a child and statutory rape. Thanks for being here. I'm Russ Bowen.
And I'm Angela Taylor. 41-year-old Alyssa Edwards, who used to work at CC & Company, bonded out of the New Hanover County Jail today. CBS 17's Haley Fixer live for us tonight, digging into the many questions parents still have and obviously their concerns. Haley.
Well, we know that Edwards is facing charges out of both New Hanover and Pender counties. CC & Company says the charges are not connected to their studio or anywhere here in Wake County. The parents I spoke with say they are concerned there could be more.
A Raleigh dance studio once again in the spotlight. CC & Company, known for training high-level dancers and for famous alumni like Ariana DeBose, facing backlash now from parents after 2 former instructors face child sex crime charges. 41-year-old Alyssa Edwards is the center of an extensive New Hanover County Sheriff's Office investigation. They say involves students from multiple dance studios across the state. Edwards now faces 8 charges of indecent liberties with a child and statutory rape sexual offense.
I was not supposed to put my kids in danger. So that's what it feels like. Horrifying. It feels horrifying.
In June, 33-year-old Justin McCoy, another former instructor at the studio, was charged with multiple counts of child sex abuse. Former CC & Company dance moms tell us they have grave concerns.
Girls who start taking this program when they're tiny, before they're even really talking, in skimpy little outfits with instructors that are touching their bodies, not in a nefarious way, but just in a way, to teach them.
This mom didn't want to share her identity and says her kids have been at the studio for 11 years. Her issues began after the 2022 Raleigh Christmas parade, when she tells me the studio did not communicate with parents after one dancer was hit and killed by a driver pulling the studio float. She also says the studio limits parents' access to protect their own kids during class and competitions.
The actual studios inside the building where the kids dance have windows, but they are covered with curtains and blinds, and they're never open.
This mom tells me the final straw was when Travis Wall, a nationally recognized choreographer, was scheduled to teach a program in 2023. The dancer faces numerous allegations for inappropriate behavior with children.
Brought it to the attention of the owner and said, this isn't right. He shouldn't be around all these kids. And the response was, if you don't like it, your kid doesn't have to take the class. It makes me feel like they care more about their perceived reputation of stardom and money in the community than they do about the safety of their kids.
That's when this mom pulled out her kids. Other parents off camera tell me they pulled their children out this week after learning about Edwards from news reports before the studio management sent out this email. Parents tell us they want more for their children.
Every other sport and thing we interact with are required to participate in safe sport. They're governed by a body that gives you a place to take these complaints. And I don't understand why dance is not required to also participate in safe sport. So that when things like this arise, when there are concerns, you have someone.
And CC & Company released a new statement this afternoon. In part, they say, quote, after Edwards was hired, a concern about her work with a previous studio was brought to our attention, and we immediately began to investigate the situation. This included interviewing Alyssa, speaking with parents and students at the previous studio in Wilmington, and consulting with our attorneys. They say at that time, there was not sufficient evidence to substantiate these allegations. The studio also says that they have reinforced their safety measures and additional protocols to keep kids safe. Parents tell us they do hope that more victims feel supported enough to come forward. Russ, Angela.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Haley, thanks for staying on top of that story, too.